for some of us, who have been misdiagnosed, medically injured, severely medication injured, we're left, and those of us who our families have not supported us through this, we're left to process all of this trauma on our own. People who have people who have been poly medicated for years and come off all these medications, and you're waking up. You're waking up and starting to understand what happened to you, what was done to you. And people in these acute medication withdrawals or post-acute withdrawal syndrome, or BIND, benzo-induced neurological disorder, you're in crisis. You're in, you are medically sick. You're brain injured. You're, and then when you have other medical issues happening at the same time, you're physically sick, but you're also bombarded with trying to process all of it, trying to process what has been done to you, how you've been betrayed by the medical community. How or if you've been betrayed by your family through all of this too. I'm watching this person I know go through it. She's, I don't know how long off. She was polymedicated for a couple decades, and she's off everything now, and she's in absolute crisis, and she's trying to process all of this. What has been, how she was deceived by psychiatry. She was polymedicated, told she had these disorders that she didn't have, and she's trying to process it all while trying to medically recover. And then you've got gaslighting dysfunctional families saying to you while you're in crisis, while you're in the time that you most need love and support and you need to be heard, her family is telling her, no, we've supported you, we've blah, blah, blah. You're not telling the truth, blah, 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 blah. And saying to people on her page, oh, that's not the truth. You don't know the whole story. These words are just so predictable, right? If you come from a family that is not supportive and that gaslights and tries to tell you your experiences aren't real, and these families who do not know how to support you. They want you to sweep everything under the rug. They want you to pretend that the family's healthy and everything's fine, and they did not, let you down when you're in crisis. They, pretended they showed up. It's all so cliche. It's all so predictable. It's like textbook, I know someone who comes from a healthy family, and they support each other. They, there's so many excuses. As I'm telling you this, as I'm going to tell you about this family, what goes through my head are the voices of my families making excuses why they might be healthy and why they might be able to support each other and my family doesn't. And I can hear them saying, oh, well, They probably live, we live far away. We're all in different provinces. This, all these excuses, and it's to cover up the dysfunction, right? Um, this family supports each other. They all talk on the phone regularly throughout the week. They don't all live in the same city or province. They have Skype sessions. They have group sessions where they talk and support each other and hear each other. And like, these people are trying to help each other succeed in life. And they're coaching each other like brothers and sisters and mom and dad. They're, my age and elderly parents. They're 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 all giving each other input. They're all talking each other through this life. It's not like we don't have telephones. You either love and support each other or you don't. I had a family member come on my doorstep and throughout this crisis who said to me, "Oh, I've always supported you throughout this." When have you supported me? I haven't talked to you. I haven't seen you in 15 years. I haven't talked to you in 15 years. 15, 20 years? When was it that you were supporting me? Because I wasn't part of that. Well, I always believed you and supported you. When? When have you ever told me? How have I ever known that you were on my side and supported me? How would I ever have known that? And okay, is this the beginning of a new connection? Are we going to connect now? And no, that connection was broken. It was like big, I could tell you 100 stories, like how and this is not a bad person. This is, but the lies. It's like lying doesn't even matter to people anymore, right? People can a family member can be standing right in front of you and looking you right in the eye and lying to you. For example, this one that said, "Well, I've always supported you. I've always been on your side." I said, "What I mentioned something like, what happened with your wedding? Like, you invited one of my sisters, but you didn't invite me. You don't know the other sister. The other sister lives here. I live here. You invite." "Oh, well, I didn't know. My mom was in charge of that. I didn't know. I don't know who was involved. I don't know who was invited to who mom invited." You're telling me that you don't know which of your aunts that your mom invited. You're telling me that you don't know which of your aunts got an invitation to your wedding? I don't believe that for a second. So while you're standing here telling me that you love and support me, and I am so ill, that wedding invitation would have meant a lot to me. But and by the way, I was there for her and her sister. I helped them financially a few different times when their mom didn't have money. And she's standing in front of me, looking right at me and lying like it doesn't matter. Do you actually think that I'm going to think that you're not lying to me? And here's the thing. People get terrified when they're held accountable. People get terrified when they're called out. So you invited, the other aunt, but not me, and you're telling me you've always been on my side? But you're also telling me that you don't know who was invited to your wedding. And I could hear her and her mom making excuses and justifying the lies, and, like as if lying to each other doesn't matter. This healthy family, I know, like when you come from a really sick, dysfunctional family to, it's such a reality check to see or witness this other family communicate and love each other and support each other, and they're there for each other, and they physically show up for each other. Words, you can tell anybody, I love and support you. That means nothing when there's no follow-up, when you're not showing up, when you're not calling, when you're not emailing, when you're not actively supporting somebody. This person, when I'm in absolute medical crisis and I'm in my own home, I'm drowning in my house and in my yard, and my lawn is 4 feet tall and fallen over. I see this person with a healthy family. And I'm not saying they don't have problems. They don't have arguments and stuff. They do. But they try to work through them and they try to talk through them. Here I am, literally drowning in my house. My house is falling to the ground. The lawn hasn't been mowed. It's fallen over. It's so long. And here I see this person, and their whole family shows up, and they're doing yard work in her yard because she's gotten sick. She's gotten injured by something. She's not near as sick as I am. She's not near as disabled. She's still able to work part-time or 3/4 of the time. But there's her whole family, and none of them live in town, I don't think. Maybe one of her sisters lives in town. And here her whole family shows up, and they're all raking and doing lawn work. They drive to each other to support each other. And I'm watching this, and I'm witnessing this, and I am just horrified, and I'm crying watching this love and support. When my family has come to town and driven by and seen the lawn that hasn't been mowed, or they could help shovel the snow, and they'll make all these excuses. And I'm watching this other family make all these excuses to this other woman who's sick like me. And you know what? It's all cliche. It's all gaslighting. They'll make sure the narrative supports them, right? Oh, but we tried. Oh, but we showed up once, and she turned us away. They're doing this. These dysfunctional families, these lying, gaslighting families, these dysfunctional families, it's all the same. It's all predictable. It's all textbook. So isn't there a way to help families learn and grow and teach these families how to love and support each other? Nobody had a problem with me when I didn't need help. For people to drive by, for family members to be in town and drive by and know that you're in crisis, and just to drive by and have a look and not show up, not being willing to help you when you're drowning. I never had a problem with, well, one of them always, for my entire life, had a problem with me. Not any of the rest of them. But yeah, it's, you know what? If you think you're going through unique stuff with a really dysfunctional, non-supportive family, you're not. It's textbook. It's cliche. But why can't we help these families learn how to grow and support one another?